My understanding is that there's going to be a hearing tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. There'll be a hearing tomorrow at 9 o'clock on it, and I'm not sure whether it will move, but we plan on being there.
House or Senate?
House.
Representative McCarthy.
It's not on the agenda yet. Do you anticipate it being put on the agenda?
It is on the agenda.
It is, yeah, yeah. Anyone else?
So do you think that because of the change in the election, which wasn't as significant as other states, that you have a better shot? Because you didn't get it done earlier this session, and this last session wasn't the first time you guys have pushed for it. What's changed about now?
What's changed about now is the referendum that we put on the ballot. We've had anywhere, across the 44 municipalities, it was anywhere between 79 to 89% of our voters have said, please, state legislators, get something done on this issue. And that's what we hope will be the impetus for some change this time. Anyone else?
You really think these lawmakers who like giving out benefits? I mean, honestly, really, the headline is going to say lawmakers strip police officers and firefighters of
Absolutely.
pension benefits.
And that is the uphill battle, I think, that we all fight. Anybody have an answer for that?
Yeah, I think what they have to be concerned about is the fact that they want to make sure there is a pension benefit that's going to be paid to firefighters and police officers in 10 or 15 or 20 years. And without that reform, I think they understand that that there's a great possibility it's not going to be there. I think the entire legislature understands today much better than they understood a year ago or even a year and a half ago the exact crisis that we're in today. And I think it was really brought to light by some of the things that happen with the other retirement systems. And we're not asking for the same type. We know we're dealing with a totally different group, a different population, and we understand that. And we're not looking for the same type of changes that have been made in the past. And we think we're close, and we think it can be accomplished.
And maybe one of the other changes is that in the past year, across the state, 300 police and firefighters have lost their jobs. That's just this year. Who knows what's going to happen next year? The economy is not bounding back as we would have thought. In our village, we're holding status quo, but there's a chance that we may have to further lay off some of our employees. And I think once that starts happening even more, I think that's what's brought it to their attention. Okay, Gary.
Oftentimes we're left with the predicament of providing for these benefits because the legislature, as has been pointed out, has passed these benefits, but have provided no way to fund them. In a village like mine, Burr Ridge is not a home rule community. The vast majority of the people standing up here and the vast majority of Illinois, they are not home rule communities. So we don't even have the option of taxing people to meet these benefits. So as Gail just pointed out, what's happening and will have to continue to happen is that you have to lay people off. We've already done so in almost, you see, these villages and these cities around Illinois have already paid this price. They have already cut public works. They have already cut areas of their municipal services and not fire and safety because, fire and police, because that's what we need to do is protect the public. The important message is that this pension system is now affecting the public safety because we're now going to have to cut police and fire. And that statistic of 300 will probably pale in comparison to what's going to happen in the next few years. We just have no other alternative. We do not have the money. We cannot borrow like Springfield can at the same levels. And so they have put us in a corner with no options.
If I could, Mayor, just
Sure.
Mayor Morrissey from Rockford. If the headline, to specifically answer your question, reads, legislators strip firemen and policemen from benefits from them, I think our constituents are going to say it's about time. Because I know in Rockford we've had the state's highest unemployment rate for a metro community. We've got the second highest and routinely in the top tier of highest crime rate cities in the state. We've had legislative rules passed that mean that we can't lay off a single firefighter. We have a minimum manning requirement, so all the pressure in the community with one of the highest crime rates in the state is on laying off cops. Everybody else is taking the hit. As a matter of public safety, we still have to fill potholes, we still have to run water, and now we're left with the untenable position in our community where a few years ago we had 305 sworn officers. We're looking at next year's budget. If this doesn't happen this veto session, in 2011, we'll be down to 250 police officers in a community with over 155,000 people, one of the highest crime rate cities. And you know, we had the fire union, I'm sorry, the police union asking for more cops when we were at 305. Now we'll be down at 250, and it's an ugly, ugly situation, but it's one that's been brought upon, I think, unwittingly by our legislature. This is an opportunity to fix it.
I think also when you talk about stripping benefits, you need to realize the proposals that are out there. Our proposals will still give a better pension plan to every one of you that are sitting in this seat today in the private sector. Your pension plan pales in comparison to what we're proposing. So certainly there's changes, but we're not stripping it. It's still a pension plan that's really second to none anywhere else in the state of Illinois.
It's only for future hires.
Yeah. You have to realize this is only for people hired after next year. No current member would have any way had their benefits affected by that.
One of the questions the teachers asked when their pension benefits were changed for future employees, is it fair to have a 67-year-old kindergarten teacher? So I guess I would ask, is it fair to have a 60-year-old beat cop?
Well,
Or a 60-year-old firefighter?
Well, I think you have to realize they don't have to work till then to get a pension. There is a diminished dollar amount as opposed to that, but when you have a firefighter that starts to work at the age of 32 or 34 and at age 50 almost walk out the door with a pension plan that's second to none, it's not fair. Is 60 the right age, or is a negotiated 57 and a half the right age? And I think that what we do realize is age 50 isn't right. That is, it's far too young, and it's not that it's young. It's also it's just not affordable for someone to walk away with a pension, that type of pension, at such an early age. But there are provisions to be able to leave and have a lower pension.
Research shows that after age 60, you start to get disability.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, and I guess the other thing I would point out is also that people are living so much longer. And we start at the age of 50, and the things that start to happen with as health diminishes as goes on. I mean, it's the statistics are there, and we won't bore you with them all. But certainly, I think every one of us up here understand that. So, with that, thank you very much for everybody's attention today. Thank you.